Hi, this is Ronald Johnson, your life coach, mentor coach, and what I do is I help people that are tired of who they are and where they are in life.
And this is Gloria, your life coach. I help those who are feeling stuck, struggling with difficulties such as self doubt, inner judgment, lack of confidence, life transitions, and taking steps forward.
And welcome to Life's a Shuffle podcast. Now, you may wonder why it's called Life's a Shuffle, and the reason why we came up with this title is that life is really shuffling. It doesn't matter where you come from, your background, what age you are, you're shuffling multiple things in life. And the best thing to know in life is everybody faces your struggles and everybody faces what you're going through. But there's hope in learning something about that. So when our guests share their journey, the hope is you learn something in that journey so yourself can navigate the struggles you face, the low self-esteem, the self-confidence, and that's why we call podcast Life's a Shuffle.
And throughout this podcast, we share our personal overcoming stories, as well as our guests who shares their personal journey in overcoming their personal struggles. Life's a Shuffle podcast is here to connect like-minded individuals.
And thank you for listening to Life's a Shuffle podcast.
Hi, this is Gloria, life coach. Welcome to another episode of Life's a Shuffle.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson, life coach and mindful coach, and welcome to another episode, Life's a Shuffle. It's Freestyle Thursday, and I'm super excited because there's so much work I'm working on. The wonderful thing about life and life in general is until you're dead, you constantly got to keep working on yourself to improve, to learn, to grow, to acknowledge. None of our lives are set. So, you don't have a set path in front of you because things can happen on a whim. So I signed up with a spiritual coach this past week, and our first session was today. 4 hour breakthrough, 4 hour session. I mean, it is a breakthrough because, man, I'm after the session, I'm super tired. But it really honed on the fact that a lot of things in my life are a reflection of past trauma, past experiences. See, we all think that, okay, we've grown, we've learned, but did we say to ourselves, why am I not achieving greatness? Why is this always happening to me? Or why, right? Well, until you do the work or hire a coach, the why will always exist. But we're a reflection of the inner child. So I did this thing called neuro linguistic programming last week, and it was amazing the fact that programs being how we view life and our filters and all that stuff was based upon our childhood. So things we face in our childhood tends to become programming in our adulthood, but we just don't know it yet. Like the guy that grew up in the poverty stricken environment may grow up and say, I'm never gonna be broke again. Or the person that was, let's say, abused or never shown love. So you have an opposite. Let's say, for example, if you were never shown love growing up, you tend not to be able to know how to show love. Or you want a lot of love. So you get two people, one that doesn't know how to show it, and a second person that shows a lot of it. So that's the two variables there. I mean, that's a small example of just love and hugs and touches and kisses and all that stuff. So, you want to improve your relationships with yourself, people around you, your career. Man, get out there and do some work. I'm not talking about just reading a book, listen to Audible, taking some courses. Get out there and really do some work, do some research, and enjoy the life that you can live today. I think about Ink He said this. Would you rather have a life lived or a life fantasized? The only way to live a better life is live the life you want now, meaning the present moment, in order to live the life fantasized. If you fantasize about having a different life, you'll never enjoy the life you have currently. So that's kind of my tidbit on really getting out there. I have a lot of work to do, baby, out there. I mean, not baby. I have a lot of work I have to do for myself, and it's okay. It's okay because I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm gonna by me learning, I can impact people. And if I don't learn, who and will I impact?
Right.
So, what about yourself, Gloria? What's going on this week?
Same thing. I'm doing some work for myself as well, and it's a lot of work. It's a process, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying it. There's been a lot of eye opener for me, emotionally. But I've it's interesting sometimes how I've sat there a couple of times and taking the courses and thinking, wow, like something just hit me emotionally, and I have to really sit back and think. It it's interesting because there are some things that I never thought would really hit hard for me. And I think maybe because now it's just when you're releasing something maybe that's been sitting inside. I don't know if I've been holding on to that, or something's holding me back, but now it's like when I finally get this chance to release it, and like I really feel it, and it's a crazy feeling. I can't explain it into words, but crazy good. And it's, yeah, crazy
Is it
good, but
is the release of old energy or the release of something you've been holding on to? Find what does that release look like? Do you want to explain to our guests what was release? What does it
It's
mean for you?
everything, a little bit of everything. Something I've been holding on to maybe for a long time, a release of energy, and now I'm kinda, like, living the day with a different energy now, and I have noticed a difference in me. I have noticed, how I have been walking around, and being in classes with my students, and it's it's different.
So you're showing getting rid of that old baggage has catapulted you into new conscious or dimension, as I would call it, and now you're improving your life quality.
Mhm. And I really truly believe now when you hear, you gotta do the work, you gotta do this, do that, and then now, after going through and I think this is within the last couple of years, when I figured out, okay, found out what I believe my calling was. And then I figured that what I really wanted to do, where my passion is, and I found happiness in life coaching. This is what I wanted to do. Going to training and getting some work, but it went deeper than that for me. It's almost like soul searching, right? And then now I really know that I am on the right path on this. What I love about that feeling is that you really have to do a lot of work for yourself. And when you do, you'll be able, like what you said, you'll be able to help others even more because you've done the work yourself. And I believe that after this, that everybody needs to do some work on themselves, right? I think everybody does. But not everybody knows that and feels that. I've ran into people who believe that they don't have to, that they're fine. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing has to be wrong with you in order for you to do the work. When we say do some work about yourself, doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or you're going through a certain situation.
It goes back to the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you
Yeah.
think about someone that says, "Oh, I'm doing no work, I'm just fine," well, even though the bridge may not be broke, what can you do to prove it?
Mhm.
Because it's certain someone said, "Man, everything's fine," and that's a really, I would say, a mundane cliche. How many people kick out in your life? You ask them how they're doing, and they're like, "I'm terrible." Most everybody says, "Oh, everything's going good. I don't do anything. I'm fine." But when you start digging into their life, because some people are not ready to face those skeletons in the closet. All of us have some. Okay. So we can't sit here and say, "Oh, no, we're perfect." Okay. We're not. When we're not ready to face the skeletons, that's where life is fine. And guess what? At that point, life may be perfect for them and where they are. But I can almost guarantee you there's area of their life, be it relationships, career, finances, happiness, commitment. So a lot of people may be fine, but they have commitment issues. And that can be just picking the kids up on time to school, right? I mean,
Mhm.
you always
Mhm.
hear people say, "Well, I'm always late. I was born this way." No, that's not, no one's born not to be on time. That's just you and the other person's idea what time is. So you have to really figure out how do you rank your success in life? Like, how what do you think about success? You know, career, relationships, friendships. What do you think you rank? And they're like, well, I'd like to improve upon that. I think I can be more financially okay. So then there's something. But back to your point about if you really have to do the work to live a more, and the work is you, and the work is figuring out where you want to be in life, not visualize. Like, I don't want to sit here and think about, man, 10 years from now, I'm going to be this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to work backwards where you are now and where you want to be. Okay, the work starts with you. You know, they talk about manifestation a lot, right? You know, a lot of gurus talk about that. Tony Robbins talked about it, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Ray talked about it. Everybody talked about manifestation. And I really didn't believe what that was. And I believe what we mean just, Napoleon Hill talked about 100 years ago, whenever he was alive. I can't remember when. I really didn't believe what that was and quite understand it, right? Just manifest, just think about it and it comes. What it means is that manifesting boils down to a couple of different factors. Your thoughts tend to create what shows up in front of you. The universal vibration. So obviously, with your thoughts, then create a vibrational field. Then you wonder why you don't have success because you're thinking those thoughts unconsciously to yourself. For example, I was always thinking, man, I need more money. I need more money. I want to be financially stable. I need more money. I'm sending out a vibration to the universe. Hey, he's not happy where he is right now. So why does the universe want to give me more? Help me. Because even though I'm saying something consciously, unconsciously, my other signal saying, no, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. And then the signal I'm sending out says I need more, but yet you're okay where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to learn is, are we okay where we are? Are we happy where we are? I'm not talking about the outside happiness of buying a new piece of equipment or buying some clothing. Happiness internally. Like, do you wake up every morning and really think about what you're grateful for? No, what gratitude do you have? Do you look and say, what service can I give for others? Who can I help out? Where can that's the whole point is really being able to service other people on a more level where you give back. Because helping someone else out internally is giving something back to yourself. That's the really whole idea here. We're so caught up with just doing and not being. That's the best way to put it. Doing and
Right.
not being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just know that, sometimes, when you feel like you have all the good things, sometimes the good things have to fall apart so that the better things can fall together.
Manifestation. That's another way of doing it.
Right. And you know what? That's just I would say this is just part of life. Sometimes things in life will fall apart and come together and again fall apart again and come together. But what is really our role on this? Our role in this is to what? To create space or more space for that to happen because then you have to look at the better picture too. Um those better things are things that we have to really look at. They are things that we have um to create. You can't just sit and wait around for the better things to come knocking at your door, right?
A person that sits there and waits, will life will pass them by.
Yeah, so you have to create those things for ourselves. Like just realize that it's an opportunity for us to do something
And
better
how do
things.
we create those things, those successes in life? Success is different,
Mhm.
right? But
Right.
how do you create those?
Good question. How do you? We're doing it.
The way to
I
create success is first, what does success mean for you? Like I don't know, success can be having 100 kids. Success can be being a millionaire. Success can be having the best education. Success can be a lot of different things. First, figure out what success means to you. Ask yourself, what part of that, me achieving that, will bring me happiness? Third, why do I think I'm not achieving it? No, what this morning when I was having my breakthrough session, success means outwardly, right? That's what I realized after having this breakthrough session. But then she brought something to my attention. She says, you are successful. It's just look, you had a full time career. You quit that. You had a personal training business. You're now transitioning to a full time coach and coaching, helping people and speaking. Isn't that success?
Mhm.
I said, damn.
Mhm.
So I'm where I should be at the right time. See, I'm sitting here waiting for a specific day and time to come, which is, in my case, money, because the idea growing up was I wasn't worthy enough. So, because I wasn't worthy enough, if I can earn money, I will achieve worthiness for myself. So, the more money I have, right, this is a belief, it's tied up to my worthiness. So, the more accolades I get, or awards, or likes on social media, or better relationships, the more success or worthiness I feel, because it's all outer. Now, how do I make myself feel worthy? That's the key. The way to make yourself feel worthy is look at your life at this instant, this moment, this time, and see how far you've come. Because the success is in looking back, so that way at least you can say, man, I come a long way. So just looking, creating my full-time career, starting another business and starting another business, those are successes.
Mhm. Mhm. But
May
you
not be
went.
what society think about success or I think, but those are successes. You have to appreciate those.
Mhm. And another thing is that maybe before also is, having those one after the other and just, waiting to see what comes next. Maybe when you fulfill something like that, that was fulfilling for you, and for you that was success, and that's what was making you happy. But not realizing that just the progress you've done for yourself was already success, but you were viewing success differently. If I get the right person, the right girl I'm with, oh, she's pretty, she has everything, she
Hmm.
has that, that's success for you.
Exactly.
But if you really think about it deep down, are you happy inside
Nope.
with that success, right? So, and that's another thing about getting caught up with, other things in life. Like you never really, then we go back to doing the work. She never really took that time to really just take it in the moment of what was making you really happy and what was that kind of success that you were really feeling deep down. Because you never really looked at the other things that you've done that are far more of a success than the price that you think was, making you happy.
What it took, and this is the beautiful of engineering and coaching, is it took someone outside to bring light to something that's already there.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So then I thought to myself, how many people that I know have quit their full time job and started a business? Maybe a handful or less. Most people are caught up with the rat race of, okay, I got to find another job and I got to work for somebody, or I got to get a better education, or I got to get a certificate, I got to get a certain degree to get that job so I can make more money. But no one's really achieving life success. They just caught up with the whatever society or they deem to be success. So when I started doing the work, then I realized, man, I'm giving so much power to this outside belief. The more clothes I have, the more I feel worthy. The better shoes I have, the more I feel worthy. The prettier the girl, the more I feel worthy. The better car, the more I feel worthy. The better restaurant I go to, the more I feel worthy. The better alcohol I drink, the more I'm worthy, right? Because the factor is, the way we do anything is the way we do everything. So how I named off or rambled on about four or five different things, because it's the way I
Yeah.
did everything.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Growing up, I was in a remote control car. So the bigger the remote control car, the bigger I liked it, more worthy I felt. That's the idea. The better shoes I had, the better clothes, the better job, the more money in the bank, the credit cards, the car, the girl, the electronic equipment, the more I felt worthy. So that's tend to manifest in every area of my life.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, it proved not to be a success at all. That's
No,
the
and
reality.
part of it is really some part of it, it's not even for you anymore.
Doesn't serve me.
No, it doesn't. And it could be that you're doing certain things to please other people. Then we go back to trying to fit in, right? So there's a lot of different things on that. And it's just, I'm glad and congratulations that now, you're doing the work and that this is happening for you. It does take, it takes a lot and it takes a lot out of energy out of somebody. But I think in the end, you and I know, we both know that this is well worth it. I mean, really, like just working on yourself, self developing. It's to me, I can't even put a price on it.
Oh, there's no price.
No,
There's no price.
the return on this, just becoming to be the better person and the better you, the better version of yourself. It's God, I'm like I'm becoming speechless because I'm really feeling it deep down. It's just so hard for me to express it into words. But I think you get me. You know what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm already there. I feel the vibration through the microphone. I feel this work, man. I go back. The amount of money I'm investing in myself for this work, in myself, and learning. If I only have done this 20 years ago, I would say myself even more money. I probably been 10 times richer. But you don't know what you don't know until you know what you don't know, which is now I know what I know now, not what I knew then. So it's a tongue twister, right? So
Yeah.
I know what I know now. So I'm at the right place I should be.
Yeah.
We're at the point right now. This may sound really out there, but we're gonna make you and I are at the point we're gonna make some quantum leaps. Not quantum means that all of a sudden you come, you get in a jet and you go across the galaxy. No, quantum leaps consciously and awareness that's going to help not just ourselves, but our loved ones, our families, people we're going to coach, people we're going to help, people listen to this podcast. That's to me is the best thing ever. Like this podcast is going globally around the US, around the world, and someone listening to this podcast will now realize, man, you know what? Let me get some help.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, I talk about religion all the time, and growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, the idea of talking to a therapist or a coach, a psychologist was like it didn't happen. And like I said, knowing what I know now, I knew only what my parents knew then that if I had the access to therapists, psychologists, we can really dive deep. And I would have saved myself from having bad credit. I would have saved myself from getting to relationships that didn't serve me. Because obviously, the thing is, over time, you and I realizing what we're doing or what we did do is not serving us.
Right.
So me buying all these clothes to keep up with the Joneses, as the old saying goes, isn't serving me anymore. It just doesn't. When I was bodybuilding competitions, taking steroids and all these kind of bullshit drugs, it served me then, but won't serve me now. Like I can't fathom doing it right now. So things at a moment in your life right now, those that are listening, do serve you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't serve you, but if you had something else to serve you or different programming, what would that be, and what would it look like? How does it feel?
Yeah. And these are also the things that you did and you've gone through that you said it doesn't serve you anymore. And just same with me. I wouldn't say that that was a mistake. That was for me and for us. It was what we took out of that was we learned something from it.
Hmm.
We'll take it as a as an experience, and we'll learn from that experience, a learning process that kept us moving forward. Like for some reason, okay, I'm looking at this is like it sort of created some type of opportunity for us to move forward, maybe forward away from that for something
Hmm.
better for us as we feel
Hmm.
it.
That's what Ray talked about this morning was there's something out there better for me waiting. And what I'm doing now is the work to get that better.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean I'm going to buy a lotto ticket tomorrow and win a bunch of money because that doesn't serve me. I don't think having $100 million at this point in my life will serve me. I mean, and maybe I give it all away to somebody that serves them, but it doesn't serve me. But I am where we got to realize we're at where we should be at the right time because what we did then did serve us. So what I did, you know, chasing money, chasing cars, chasing women, chasing this, chasing that, it served me. It really did. I mean, everyone say it did, but at this point in my life, it doesn't serve me now. Because a new person is evolving and changing.
Hmm. Yep.
So, with that said, I would say, guys, thank you for listening to another. I don't want to say freestyle slash evolution Thursday, but it is evolution, and we're always changing. If you guys want to contact us, you can find me on the www.ronjohnsonbusiness. Sorry, www.ronjohnsoncoaching.com. I made a mistake on that one. I updated my URL, so it's ronjohnsoncoaching.com. And also join our group, Life's a Shuffle. Comment, let us know what you think, and if you may feature as a special guest. And this is Ronald Johnson, your life coach.
Yes, and also just a reminder, we do have a virtual seminar coming up January 25th, and that would be from 5 p.m. Pacific time. And it's how to create change and how to create awareness. So, if you're ready for a change within this new year that we're going into now, join us and you can sign up. You can go to Ron's website or you can go to mine, www.glorialifecoaching.com/events. And also you can find me and my Instagram, Gloria Life Coaching. And we also have our Facebook page, Life's a Shuffle. And you can join us there too for any questions, any feedback, or if you'd like to become a guest on our podcast as well. And again, this is Gloria Life Coach. And thank you again for listening to another episode of Life's a Shuffle.